Well, it wasn't a must win, but it was pretty damn close. Hi, everybody. I'm Jim Rodriguez, and welcome to another edition of Dodgers Latest. You can always hit me up on Instagram and on X at JRodShow. And again, we love that you're following us here on the YouTube channel, helping us continue to grow. Like, subscribe, comment. We're here for all your stuff. We're continuing to grow, and that's because of you. So we appreciate that, of getting your daily dose of Dodger baseball right here on Dodgers Latest. Well, we talked about it. It wasn't a must win, but it was pretty close. Yeah, Dodgers end up snapping a 4-game losing streak by beating the Diamondbacks last night 4-3 in 10 innings. It's crazy that the score ended up 4-3 because it was 1-0 Dodgers going into the 9th inning, and then it all fell apart. Gabriel Moreno hits a game-tying home run off Tanner Scott, who blew his 3rd save of the year for the Dodgers. Then, of course, Corbin Carroll hits a 2-run homer in the top of the 10th, and you're thinking, oh boy, here we go again. Dodgers are scuffling. They're in the middle of it. But the Dodgers ended up coming back on a wild bottom of the 10th inning. Tommy Edman had an RBI double. Will Smith gets hit by a pitch to tie the game up with the bases loaded. And then Max Muncy wins it with a walk-off sac fly to get the Dodgers back on the win column and beat the Diamondbacks 4-3. The Dodgers, their 30th victory of the year. That ties the Phillies for the most wins in the National League. Dodgers still in first place. They lead the Giants by 1 game in the West. Tigers, man, they are mowing people down. The Motor City Kitties, they have the best record in baseball at 32-17. But the Dodgers back in the win column. And, you just got to feel better about yourself. And then when you look at that game, you got an ace performance from Yoshinobu Yamamoto. And we'll get into him, in a second. And his performance was important because it was just getting through the first inning. We talked about it yesterday here on Dodgers Latest. Dodgers have given up 11 first inning runs over the last 5 games. So to go out there and Yamamoto put up a 0 in that first inning really set the tone, I think, that he was there to stop the streak. It was a little turbulent, but the Dodgers ended up getting the win 4-3 and now hit the road after tonight's game with Arizona for a crazy stretch of games, and we'll get into it right here later on. So let's get into the performance by Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Listen, that's what aces do. 7 scoreless innings, 9 strikeouts, 1 hit against Arizona. He ended up getting a no decision, but boy, he got that ERA down to 1.86. And for Yamamoto, he had struggled the last couple of games. He got roughed up by the A's and the Braves, but talk about doing what a professional and doing what a champion does. Came back and absolutely shut the door last night for the Dodgers. And it got me thinking, all right, where is Yamamoto in the National League Cy Young race, right? 5-3, not a great win-loss record, but 1.86 ERA. At one point, it was under 1, 0.80. So I did some checking around. Paul Skeens of the Pirates, he is the betting favorite to win the National League Cy Young. And then it's Yamamoto and Zach Wheeler. They're kind of flip-flopping 2 and 3. It's going to be a great race all year to see who ends up winning the Cy Young. And, of course, we know the long history of Cy Young Award winners that the Dodgers have. They have one on the current roster in Clayton Kershaw, who's got 3 of those bad boys. So hopefully Yoshi can keep on doing and add hardware to the Dodger collection. All right, final game of the series, final game of the homestand for the Dodgers, and it's Corbin Burnes. He'll take the mound. Speaking of Cy Young, he was a 2021 National League Cy Young Award winner while he was with the Brewers, and he'll face Dustin May. We saw what Burnes did to the Dodgers in Arizona, right? 7 scoreless innings en route to a 3-0 Arizona win. Burnes has got some history with the Dodgers, almost became a Dodger. Dodgers were kind of flirting with him, trying to make a trade. He ended up going from the Brewers to the Orioles and pitched great for them down the stretch and into the postseason. Of course, signed a free agent contract with Arizona. So he'll be on the mound tonight. Dustin May, it's been a bit of a struggle for him, right? He's 1-4. The record kind of blows you away there, but the ERA not terrible, 4.43. Did get roughed up his last time out against the Angels, but he's got 3 straight losses, 2 no decisions before that, has only a victory against the Rockies April 14th, but I think he has pitched well. Of course, with Dustin May, it's all about coming back from the Tommy John surgery, coming back from the cleaning of the elbow, of course, coming back from a lacerated esophagus from eating a salad. So anytime he's out there giving the Dodgers innings, it's a win, and he's pitched well. So it'll be an interesting matchup. I circled this matchup as the best one of the series between Burnes Burnes and May, and it's a rematch of the matchup in Arizona. And if you're looking in terms of props, making a couple of bets, well, Shohei Ohtani has been the best against Corbin Burnes. He's 4 for 8 with a home run against him. Josh Naylor is hitting .364 against May. That's 4 for 11 with a double. Now, we talked about the big stretch of games the Dodgers have got going on. They're off tomorrow, but yeah, check that out. 29 games in 31 days. That starts Friday when the Dodgers head to Queens and take on the Mets. And what's crazy about that 29 games in 31 days is all the teams that they're playing in that stretch all have winning records. Check this out. They go to New York, play the Mets for 3, then they go to Cleveland and play the Guardians, and they come home after a day off, get the Yankees and Mets again at Dodger Stadium, hit the road, go to St. Louis, who it's been surprisingly a good baseball team this year, and then, you know, I know everybody's talking about and looking at that Yankee series, but June 9th through the 11th, Dodgers go to San Diego. That's going to be a wild series, of course. When they're done playing 3 in San Diego, they come back to Dodger Stadium, 3 with the Giants for the first time. Dodgers currently lead the Giants by 1 game in the National League West. San Diego right nipping at their heels. And then after that Giants series, Dodgers will play 4 more against the Padres at Dodger Stadium. So a wild stretch of games starting on Friday when the Dodgers are in Queens. 29 games in 31 days. Lots of questions. Kershaw, Glasnow, Snell. Can Yamamoto keep it going? And can that bullpen catch a day off every once in a while? Because the starting pitching has helped them. And, of course, it all heeds upon that offense. Shohei, Freeman, Mookie, and company trying to get the Dodgers a stretch. It's going to be a fun stretch of games, and we'll have it all for you right here on Dodgers Latest. Hit me up on X and on Instagram at JRod Show. And, of course, continue to follow us. Like, subscribe, tell your friends right here on YouTube at Dodgers Latest. Remember, off day tomorrow, Queens Friday, and it's always time for Dodger baseball.